Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. You heard my voice crack right there? Because I was almost crying because we got blasted so bad by the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a rough one, ladies and gentlemen. Weren't competitive at all during this game. Not what you want to see, but hey, what you going to do about it, man? You're playing the Milwaukee Bucks. I didn't expect much from this game. You shouldn't have expected much, and we didn't get much. I'm just glad it's over with. We don't have to see those guys again. Let's get into it.
That's the game.
And right off the tip, ladies and gentlemen, the Milwaukee Bucks were revving and ready to go. I said to you in the game preview, let's not turn the ball over and let these guys get out on the break against us. And right off the bat, we turned the ball over. We didn't have a whole lot for the night, but we turned it over. 6-0 right off the bat. 8-2, the Knicks down already. And Stampeded he just dominated the game. When I say dominated the game, this guy just dominated the game. 15-4 right off the bat. Bang. As you see, Eric Bledsoe knocked down a 3. 18-4. The Knicks try to make a little run. Now it's 20-9. 11-point game. Julius Randle knocks down a 3 from the corner. But for the most part, it's all for naught. It's 21-14. Julius Randle knocks down another 3 to make it 21-17. You start to get a little excited. But for what? Who knows? You see Mitch follow it up, 23-19. The Bucks are up. Another one for Mitch from Kadeem Allen. Game is now 28-21. Julius Randle spins in the lane. Lays it in. 28-23, now 31-23. As Giannis comes down. Straight down the lane. No defense. No defense allowed in here, ladies and gentlemen. 33-23. Bucks are up. Giannis knocks down a 3. 36-23. Bucks are up. And one more time. Let's see what's going on. Giannis got the ball. He hands it off. It's Kyle Korver who knocks down the triple. 39-29. It's Knicks kind of trying to stay close just a little bit. Chris Middleton with a nice little fadeaway in the lane. Kevin Knox. He goes to the cup. Hands it off to Mitch. Mitch with the dunk. 41-31. It's now 43-33. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. The Bucks knock down another 3. These 3-point shots, ladies and gentlemen. 48-33. The Bucks are up. The Bucks knock down another 3. 51-33. Julius Randle finds R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett knocks down a 3. I like what I saw from R.J. Barrett today, ladies and gentlemen. He was 5 for 7 from the 3-point line. He looked like he did a good job getting his feet set. Right? Great job getting his feet set. Great job getting himself lined up. He took his time taking those shots. But I like what I see from R.J. Barrett there. 65-42, the Bucks really pulled away, just like you expected. And Stampeded knocks down another 3. Giannis was 3 for 5 from the 3-point line tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Not what you expect from Giannis, but he was 3 for 5. We talked about it, 32.5% this season so far. All right, Giannis is knocking down threes a little bit better than you expected him to. Giannis from the 3-point line, one more time, 76-49. Now 79-49 in the third quarter, 79-52 in the third quarter. And, you're going to see a lot of Giannis highlights as he gets another one and puts it in. 81-52. The game is way out of control as Giannis gets right to the basket one more time. Just knocks Julius Randle out the way. Too easy. Julius Randle gets a little dunk down the lane. Julius Randle had 25 points tonight. He had 15 rebounds. Giannis, ladies and gentlemen, had 37 points. He only played 3 quarters. He had 37 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists on the night. He only played 3 quarters. R.J. Barrett, he knocks down a 3. R.J. Barrett tonight, he had 22 points and 8 rebounds. He also had 3 assists. R.J. Barrett was 6 for 15 from the field, but he was 5 for 7 from the three-point line. He was also 5 for 6 from the free throw line. And you see R.J. Barrett knock down another 3. 96-67. The Bucks just embarrassing the Knicks. DiVincenzo, nice little turnaround fadeaway hook over Kevin Knox. Bobby Portis, he gets his little bucket there. Bobby Portis had 2 points. That was his 2 points. I'm sorry. Bobby Portis had 20 points. I'm sorry. He was 8 for 14 from the field. Wayne Ellington had 2 points. I looked the line below. 103-75, ladies and gentlemen. 108-76 now as we enter the fourth quarter. And the game, you know, the bums are in the game now. And it's just more of the same. It's R.J. Barrett. He does find Bobby Portis here. Bobby Portis lays it in off the glass. Again, Bobby Portis had 20 points and 8 rebounds. And I know you guys don't want to continue to look at this and see this because you've seen it already. And you've seen how the Knicks were just stampeded by the Milwaukee Bucks. Straight up stampeded, and it looked pretty bad. But you know, I'm not too upset because I expected it to happen. So I'm not crazy upset. It's just, you know me, I don't like to lose the basketball game. Doesn't matter. But the Knicks didn't come to really play basketball tonight. They were probably well, you know, into their psyche and knew that it wasn't going to be too much of a competition tonight. The Bucks win this game. They're 36-6 on the season. The Knicks are 11-30 on the season. I don't want to see any more of those highlights because they're not really highlights for the Knicks. They're more like lowlights. So what's the sense in even looking at them? Instead of looking at that, let's take a look at some of the statistics behind the game. The Knicks lost the game 128-102. And look, the Knicks came into the game giving up 124.8 points per game over the last 5 games, or 124.6 points per game over the last 5 games. So you're kind of right on par. They gave up 128. Gave up 128 points. The Bucks dominated the glass. They won that 59-49. The Bucks had 27 assists. The Knicks 26. The Bucks had 4 steals. The Knicks 7. The Bucks had 8 blocks. The Knicks only had 11 turnovers, although, you know, they turned the ball over a few times early in the game to let the Bucks get started, to let the Bucks get moving and on the, you know, flowing. The Knicks only had 11 turnovers. The Knicks shot 35.3% from the field. The Bucks shot 48.9%. The Knicks only made 29.7% from the three-point line. The Bucks, of course, were 41.7%. We're used to that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are used to teams knocking down three-pointers on the Bucks, and you knew that it was going to happen tonight. The Bucks were 15 for 36 from the three-point line. The Knicks were 11 for 37. The Knicks made 73.1% of their free throws, and the Bucks made 82% of their free throws. Looking at the points in the paint, the Bucks had 56 points in the paint. The Knicks had 48. But giving up 56 points in the paint is a lot. The 2 things that I said we needed to do during the game preview, and if you haven't checked out a game preview before, please, by all means, make sure that you check out the game previews. The notifications come out, and I know a lot of times you're at work, but make sure you go back and check it out before the game. Because we talk about a lot of stuff that you're going to see during the game. And during the game preview, one of my keys is that we've got to defend the paint as well as defend the three-point line. Well, we did neither. As the Bucks scored 56 points in the paint, and the Knicks and the Bucks shot 41.7% from the three-point line. So we didn't do either very well. And we let Giannis go 3 for 5 from the three-point line. Now, I don't want to say we let him, but we did let him because we dropped back so far to allow him to shoot the 3. Anybody was going to make it. That's like practice. That's like practice, ladies and gentlemen. Second chance points, the Knicks had 16 second chance points. The Bucks had 8 fast break points. The Bucks had 26. That's what we did not want them to do. We didn't want these guys fast breaking. They fast broke on us, and they scored. They scored 26 points. We had 6. Leaders of the game, Julius Randle. He led the Knicks with 25 points. And Stampeded, he led the Bucks with 37 points. Julius Randle also led the Knicks in rebounds with 15. And Stampeded led the Bucks with 9. RJ Barrett led the team in blocks with 1. Brook Lopez led the Bucks with 2 blocks. Kadeem Allen has 6 assists, and Stampeded led the Milwaukee Bucks with 4 blocks. Kid does everything. Everything that you need, he does it. He can get it done. Still only 25 years old. Ain't that something? The Knicks starters only scored 52 points. The bench only scored 50. Now, I don't want to say only scored 50. The bench scored 50 points. The Knicks actually have one of the highest scores benches in the league. I think it's like 6 or something like that. Good or bad, whatever you want to make of it, they have one of the highest scoring benches in the league. All right, so the Knicks, the bench did their part as much as they're going to do their part. It's just the Bucks is just better, right? You see, the bench scored 50. The Milwaukee Bucks bench scored 50. The Knicks starters scored 52. The Milwaukee starters, they scored 78. And there you go. That's the difference in the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's the difference in the game. So there you go, folks. The Knicks lose to the Milwaukee Bucks. And, what did we expect? We didn't expect much more than what we got tonight. The Knicks have been smacked by the Bucks every single time that they've played them. They've been beat pretty bad. And it's over with. We don't have to see them anymore. We don't have to see these guys anymore this season. Thank goodness. We get to the guys that's in the chat, man. See what you guys thinking, what you guys want to talk about. See what's up. All right. Nate, I'm coming to you, man, since you were the first one in the chat. Gonna let you go ahead and kick it off. Go ahead, Nate. What's going on with you, brother?
Not much, man. Yeah, man. I mean, we got our butts handed to us tonight, but that's not surprising. I mean, the Bucks are going to be probably in the Eastern Conference Finals and probably in the NBA Finals again. Just a talented team. But just looking at the box score, man, we had 2 guys scored 20 points. It was RJ Barrett and Randall, and then the other 3 starters combined for 5 points. I mean, with Morris being out, we can't have that, man. I mean, that's pathetic.
Yeah.
Elfrid
Payton, of course, got ejected out the game in the third quarter.
Who?
Elfrid Payton was ejected in the third quarter.
Oh, I stopped watching after halftime.
Yeah, he got ejected. I don't know, some kind of call. Mitchell Robinson fouled Giannis from the 3-point line. Elfrid Payton, I guess, didn't like the call, started woofing at the ref, and the ref gave him 2 quick texts and got him out of there.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Man, let me tell you something. I don't know what's going on nowadays, man. I don't know, right? The school where I coach, as a matter of fact, I'm proud of my ladies tonight. We got a nice win. We won by 25 tonight. We had about a 27, 28-point lead. We won by 25. So kudos to my young ladies. I want to give them a round of applause.
Congrats.
Even though the Knicks didn't win, I want to give them a round of applause. We won by 25. We beat one of our local rivals. As a matter of fact, all of our teams went there and won tonight. All right, we went away. We went on their court, and we swept them. All right, our JV boys played, our varsity girls, and our varsity boys played, and we swept them. So, big shout out to that. You know what I mean? My daughter had 19, but she could have played better. She had 19 points, 8 rebounds, but she could have played better tonight. You know what I'm saying? She could have played better. She should have had 30 because she missed a lot of layups tonight. She had 28 last night. Doing pretty good. And then Friday we play another conference rival. Looking forward to getting that win. So, but anyway, what I was getting to, and as I went off on a tangent, couple games ago, one of our varsity coaches for the boys, he got into a big giant scrapple and with the referees, and he got ejected. He couldn't coach last night. Then at the game tonight, one of our JV coaches got ejected. Then we find out, then Elfrid Payton gets ejected. What's going on? I mean, people not keeping their cool, keeping their composure. What's the point? How can you help your team if you're getting ejected? You can't. Come on, people. Get it together. What's going on? Anyway, man, let's finish talking about this game. Guillermo, I'm coming to you, man. What's up, man?
Oh, man. What was I saying? My bad. Yo,
what's up, Guillermo?
What's up, Sim?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, look, basically our team ain't up to par. The Bucks should be a team that we look to aspire to be like. Their inside-outside game is phenomenal. Their point guard play is phenomenal. They constant motion. You saw Bledsoe constantly dribbling the ball. Never really picking up his dribble. Always looking for a guy perpetually in motion, man. And it was beautiful. Look, their defense was great. You saw how up they were on all our guys. Their bench. I mean, all around, they're just a stacked team. This team is probably going to be in the finals against some Western Conference team. I can't really take away from what the Bucks did and say, oh, the Knicks, it is what it is. Now, we shot terribly, especially from three, 25%. But let me say this. One guy I'm extremely proud of, my dude, RJ Barrett, went 5 for 7 from three, 40% from the field, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. When people talk about, now, look, we get on Knox, right? He's almost the anti-Knox. And it's not me trying to ish on Knox. The way this boy is evolving mid-season, you cannot sit there and say it is not admirable, that you don't look at that kid and be like, that kid is going to be special. Like, you, even if you want to bet, and God forbid that he's not special, we're all hoping that he's special, you can't sit here and say, damn, that's a leader right there, bro. Because now his shot is looking a lot prettier than, I'm not even talking about college, from the beginning of the season. This guy at the free throw line, he looks like you can't destroy his focus. You know what I mean? Are there other aspects of the game he has to work on? Yeah, obviously. But when we're talking about discernible things, or let me say this one a bit, low-hanging fruit things that you can work on off season, or work on during the season. These are things that we want to see from some of our players, man. Like we sit here and say, oh, they're just learning fresh, rookie, blah, blah. Understandably so. But when I look at RJ Barrett, he has that fire to always want to get better, and you can't deny that. Now, Knox tonight, Knox had 10 points? Damn, I just had the stats up too.
Knox tonight had 10 points, I think 4 rebounds.
Yeah, and he had two plays. He had two plays, offensive plays, where he drove and dished to Mitchell Robinson. In the paint that I liked a lot, because one thing Knox has to work on is that he's very linear when he drives, right? It's once he picks up his dribble, is one way. And so even if you don't have that body balance to kind of shift the move, you can still use your body to basically decoy, right? So if you have a guy down low, drive to the opposite side, act as if you're going to lay it up. Your guy jumps in the air, or he commits one way, he gives you a little space, you pass it off to a guy like Mitchell Robinson. So Knox has to work on certain things. 2 games in a row, he's looking a lot better. I still don't think he's there, but salute to RJ Barrett, man. Goodness gracious.
I mean, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players played tonight for the Knicks, and only 3 of those players were in double digits. That's right. Julius Randle.
Four. Knox, Portis.
Portis.
RJ
I forgot about Portis. That's right.
Randle.
Four of those players in double digits. That's Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, and Bobby Portis.
And it came down to defense, Sim. I mean, this team, and look, it's going to take
we weren't going to stop them anyway.
Guys bringing in new talent, but because we have a team where we're very power forward heavy. A lot of these younger teams, or not young, a lot of successful teams, they have athletic 2s and 3s, and so, even 4s that can, body-wise, they're not the traditional power forward role, but they can move, and you know what I mean. So it's just going to take time. I mean, the defense is what it is.
And the thing about the Bucks, right? Like Mike Breen was talking about how the Dallas Mavericks beat the Bucks, the Miami Heat beat the Bucks, and we beat both of those teams. But the thing about the Bucks is we just do not match up well with them at all. It's a terrible matchup, right? Because Giannis is 6'11",
Lopez is
Lopez
7,
is 7'1" or whatever he is, right? There's
You got
nobody that can
Middleton,
realistically
6'8".
guard. What'd you say?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I was just saying the size of all the players. Middleton 6'8", DiVincenzo is what, 6'?
Right. I mean, there's nobody, when you talk about our forwards, right? There's just no one that is going to be able to match up with Giannis and Brook Lopez and do a good job, right? I mean, no one in the league is matching up with Giannis, but you can at least try to make it tough or whatever it is. Julius Randle is 6'8", Giannis is 6'11". That's a problem already, right? That's already a problem. And then you got 7'1". Even if you had Mitchell Robinson in the game, Brook Lopez would destroy Mitchell Robinson. If Mitchell Robinson was out here in the entire game, he'd destroy him because, one, he could take him outside and shoot the ball. Not that he's going to go off the dribble. And then, two, he's just smarter than him around the basket.
But see, Sim, that's
then, of
where,
course,
that's the thing about it, right? We talk about size, right? And I'm not saying your words aren't valid. They're valid, right? But again, smart teams find ways to take guys out the game, right? One thing with Giannis is that you can't let him get positioned down low, which he was doing tonight. And another thing is that when he's not a good shooter, and if he's not having one of these blip nights where he shoots like 4 for 7 from 3, he still prefers to take the ball from the wing and drive to the basket. And
right. And the Knicks tried that tonight. Like, if you watch, the Knicks tried to let him shoot. Julius Randle, when he's seen Giannis shooting the 3-point shot, he stayed in the lane, and then he made it.
Right. No. That's what I'm saying. So
and he made it.
It's tough with Giannis because, I mean, this year is somewhat of an anomaly where he's actually attempting more threes, and I won't say he's a threat. Let me not even say that at all.
Well, he's shooting 32.5% so far this season from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
So he may not be
Giannis, though, and
he may not be a knockdown threat, but it's a threat.
Playoffs where they basically shut the Bucks down, right? The Raptors. Thank you. What the hell's wrong with my brain? The Raptors. And they'll force him to shoot, and he really have a plan B. But I mean, this year he is shooting a 3, so it remains to be seen, right? But you know what I mean? Like, you still can't let the guy get leverage down low. You can't make them make the cuts. When Giannis was out the game, you saw them basically. It was Middleton, Bledsoe, it was DiVincenzo. These little cuts here and there. Like, again, our defense. I don't know if I don't want to call them stupid, but we don't have a smart defense. I don't know if it's a lack of scouting the teams before we play them. I don't know what it is, man.
I'm just
we
gonna
just
say,
don't have these smarts on defense where we sometimes play stupid. Like,
I agree with you. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I'm just gonna say though, with the Bucks, the last 5 games, when I broke down the last 5 games, they're beating teams by 14 points a game. In the last 5 games. I mean, the Bucks are just super good, man.
I would never. I'm not here saying that we should have beat the Bucks at all. I mean, if we beat the Bucks, it would have been.
I know you're not saying. I know you're not saying that.
Matrix.
But when you're saying you can't let Giannis get positioned down low. You see how big Giannis is. Giannis is big and strong, bro.
And look,
who's stopping him from getting positioned?
This is a feat that I don't want to say is impossible. But you also need a hyperactive defense, right? Where you could double team at the right spots, jump back to your man, kind of leave him in no man's land where he's not close enough to the basket, but you're all up on him. He picked up his dribble. Now he has to kind of like pass out. It's things like that. You see the top teams kind of upset certain. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not even saying it's doable for the Knicks. I just would like to see an attempt at it. But it's tough. Look, I'm not even saying we should have won. But only thing I'm going to say is that I'm happy with RJ Barrett tonight.
Yeah,
that's the one positive I could take. That's my son.
I get it.
Even though John Morant was showing up hard, which, John Morant came out tonight with the flared nostrils. That's still my dude, man. I still mess with John Morant. But RJ Barrett tonight, I'm telling you, this kid's gonna be special. He had a nice little assist to Randall. So maybe the whole thing with Randall and him, he's not taking it, or he's not at least not letting it show on the floor. But he's never really been like a selfish type play like that in the first place. I'm just happy when I saw RJ Barrett. I just want guys like
this
Knox.
whole thing with Randall and RJ Barrett was buffoonery. I don't care what no one says. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there ever was a thing with the two players.
No, there was. You could tell. Sim, you're just trying to play the good guy role. You don't want any beef. I'll take it. I'll take it for you.
I don't listen. If they had
there was
beef,
something between them, Sim.
Bro, if they had beef, I would say they had beef with each other. I'm not playing a good guy role. I'm just saying I don't think there ever was.
Oh, there definitely was. The way
I don't
they
think
played
there ever was.
Isaiah, when you get to Isaiah, when Isaiah tells you about the Sixers game, you could see it on the court where guys are throwing up their hands.
This is my thing, man.
Remember when what's
I don't get it. Have you? How long have you played on a team?
Who, me?
Yes.
All my life, all the way up to high
all your
school.
life, right?
Yes.
So you're telling me you've never been on a team where, you know, you and a certain player, you're trying to figure out how to work with each other, and maybe you have some disagreements. That don't mean you're beefing.
Ain't like that, Sim.
Bro, I don't think the two ever had. I don't think the two had any beefs. I think people want to look too much into stuff, man.
Since CYO, BCBA at St. Vincent's,
people want. I feel like people want to look too much into stuff. You know, if they see two people arguing for a second on the sideline, they want to say they got beef. I mean,
Tim,
all the while, I kept hearing people say these two got beef, and really, there's only about 3 people saying they got beef, right? All the while, I'm hearing it, and they say they never pass each other the ball, and I'm watching games, and they do.
Tim.
And I mean, Julius Randle getting assists, passing the ball,
That's not to say they didn't have beef. You could see it on the court, even when when guys were and one or whatever get a foul. Their chemistry early on, in terms of you could just see it, there's a friction between those guys. It was there, Sim. I'm not saying
I didn't see anything.
Blow beefs, but they're obviously, when a guy is throwing up his arms like that, like, yo, what the hell is this guy? I've been on teams. I do
that all the time when I'm on the floor.
And I never did. I'm like, yo, come on, like,
bro, I do that all the time.
Up by doing that, Sim.
Now, I disagree. You got to play on teams, man, because when you're on a team, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have disagreements in the locker room. There's going to be times when, yes, I mean, I've had times, plenty of times, when I passed to someone and they dropped it, or someone took a dumb shot and I throw my hands in the air. I say, yo, why you take that shot? And then we go out and we eat together.
Oh, so don't try yourself. You go out and you get drunk, and you don't try.
You know what I'm
try yourself. So you said go out and eat. Oh, we
Bro,
go out
I don't
and play
drink.
Scrabble.
I don't drink.
I don't drink.
That's
your man's in them. I know what you're saying.
I don't drink. But what I'm saying, then we go out. I mean, I beef. I've been playing on teams, well, since, I don't know, Boys and Girls Club, right? And still, I mean, I've had plenty of times where I scream in a player's face.
Same here.
And he's screaming my face. And then we go out and chill after the game.
Yeah, my cousin is almost like my brother. If we're not on the court, and especially as a game where we're not winning, if we're not screaming at each other, actually, if us two aren't screaming at each other, that means that there's something wrong with this. I've been on teams where the only way we communicate is almost we argue every game. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about on the court. There are little nuances you see between those two guys. And it's not, and how guys, when they greet, you saw early in the season, RJ Barrett makes an and one. Everybody, Randall makes an and one. Guys are
okay.
Okay.
Whatever. I just disagree. I feel like we're looking way too deep in this stuff.
When he was on the Lakers,
it all started from one guy and what he said. I ain't even gonna say his name. I'm not even gonna say his name out here. It started from one person and what he said. Some damn agent said.
Tim, I was trying to make an example. The way that when I saw Randall play with the Lakers that last year, when the guys were go look at even the infamous clip where who's the guy that D'Angelo Russell, when he said, and then he was trying to, like, you know, and RJ Barrett was doing all this with his teammates, and then D'Lo came in and he kind of just ignored him. The way that he ignored D'Lo, that same face, that same what's the name, is what he's even. I watch him on the Pelicans. Right. He was not, and I know his grandma died. I'm not talking about tonight's game or the last game in particular, or even maybe the game before. Maybe he knew his grandma was sick or something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about early on in the season where you see his disposition. It ain't the same like how it was with other teams, where he was happy, where he's riled up, blah blah. When his teammates do this, he's not the same. I don't know what it is, but him and RJ. They did not. It did not seem like they had good chemistry, or maybe Randall and certain other guys of the team. It could be RJ. They didn't have that, and I've seen it with the Lakers. I've seen it with the Pelicans. Nah, it ain't.
All right,
something's up.
I'm gonna let you have it.
At least
I'm gonna let you have it. I just don't believe it.
Where you see the ball being pushed around. RJ's pushing the ball around. Randall's not holding the ball as much as he was before. It looks better. I'll give him that. I don't know. There's
I mean,
friction. There
I
was
let you
friction
have it.
there.
To me, I mean, I let you have it. I just don't think that there's anything with the two players. I just don't think there's anything with the two players. I just don't. I think it's basketball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've seen LeBron James and Dwayne Wade get pissed off at each other. I just think it's basketball. I'm just saying. No, you're not listening to what I'm saying, though.
That's the worst.
I mean, this is the thing. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And to the dude that's in the chat that said, I never think I don't like to be wrong. We're having a debate. When two people are arguing,
who said that?
Some dude in the chat, whoever he is, I don't know.
It's literally, this is like front stoop talk, man. No one's trying to be.
It's a
our
debate.
perceptions. Either of us could be.
What are you talking about?
I might be right. He might be wrong. He might be right. We don't know anything. We're just going off perceptions, dude.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, it's basketball, man. And when you're a team, there's gonna be. If there's friction, there's gonna be friction in every single team all the time.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And big shout out to my man Ndodo Maku.
Whoa,
I've been watching
Sim said a name right. Yep.
I think I did. I think I said one right. Ndodo Maku.
He's not as bad as Isaiah, but he said a name. Woo!
Said, I've been watching their body language all season. They definitely have some friction at the very least. We'll see. If they do, it would come out at some point. I don't think they do, but it would come out. I think it's just team stuff.
Can I ask you this before you go to Isaiah, though? Can I ask you this before you go to Isaiah? Do you think the fact that, and maybe I might be thinking ahead too much. Do you think there could be friction? Because you have one guy, and say the Knicks don't make a big acquisition, right? Morris gets traded or something like that, right? Say especially if Morris gets traded, right? Knicks don't have a big acquisition, whatever, right? So you have this guy with a big contract and RJ and Randall. But RJ Barrett, if he develops, if say by second year he turns into like a Donovan Mitchell type of leader where guys galvanize around him, do you think that there could be friction? Do you think that Randall would give up his so-called perceived position of leadership or whatever to RJ Barrett as a main guy? If RJ Barrett became like a Dwayne Wade, do you think there'll be friction next year?
If RJ Barrett became the guy?
If RJ Barrett, the way he's producing now, right? If he became like I would say 20, he became like a 18.7 rebound type of, this is an up-and-comer sophomore type of dude. He's a new face of the league type of player. Do you see friction coming on in the future and by next year?
I don't know. If they want to win, no. Simply as that. If a player wants to win, no. And if a player does have friction, that's when you know if a player gets jealous because another player is getting their shine, then that means it's time for that player to go. It's really time for that player to go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think so. But if it was, then it's time to get him out of there. Because then that means, that player is not for the team at all and just worried about, what their status and stature is. You know what I'm saying? I'll say this. I definitely wouldn't see it from Marcus Morris. I think Marcus Morris throughout his career, if he's still here, which sounds like he will be, if he's still here, he's been he's been on the bench, he's been a starter, he's been in all different roles. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think it would be. I feel like, even though the team is not good, right? Yeah, I feel like they I feel like this team, I feel like they're together. I really do. I feel like they're together, even though they're not good. You know what I mean? I feel like they're together and they support one another and want to see each other get better, even though they're not good. So we'll see. We'll see what it's like. You know what I mean? And what happens even coming into the trade deadline. And Lord, I'm hoping nothing happens at all. I really do. I know people want these trades and that trade. I'm hoping that, there's some movement with the front office. So they don't do anything. And the only reason I'm hoping that there's movement with the front office is because I don't like the way things went earlier in the year with the way that they handled David Fizdale. Not that Fizdale didn't deserve to be fired. The way that they handled David Fizdale, I think it was all wrong. The way that they did it. And You know,
The
to
way they
me,
handled the Fizzo firing, you thought was wrong?
the way that they handled him altogether, I just felt it was wrong. Coming out and doing that. I mean, coming out and doing that
press
interview was just
conference crap,
terrible. That press conference was just terrible. I felt that was all wrong. You know what I'm saying? And to me, you know, something that you're gonna do things wrong, you're gonna make mistakes, right? But something that high profile, maybe it was James Dolan who demanded it. I don't know, but you don't do impromptu. You stop and you think about, okay, how do we do this? How is it gonna impact this? How is it gonna impact that? And so it makes me
I
feel
really
like
doubt it, Sim, because if you if you read the even what I'm talking about, what Dolan said. I'm not talking about what all these other writers said. Dolan himself said that he didn't really check, you know, Perry, not Perry, Fizdale, all that stuff. So I think that he was trying to be very hands-on because people kind of lambast him for the whole Melo debacle, him getting involved when the GM and the coach were trying to control things. I really think that, and this sounds weird because I'm giving him credit. I think that Dolan was more so hands-off. I think that Steve Mills, who again does not understand basketball, he doesn't understand how to manage personnel properly. He's just a friend of whatever, a connective Fizdale. I think he did that, and Perry, because when you looked up there, Perry looked like he was held hostage. Like Perry looked up like, what the hell did I get myself into? That wasn't a don't. I don't think that's a don't.
I don't know. All I can say is this, right? I know for a fact that in that game, James Dolan grabbed Scott Perry and Steve Mills and took them into a room and met with them before the press conference. What did he say? Who knows? Only those three guys know. But
probably spooked them. And of course, because this idiot Mills is an idiot, he probably just went out and overreacted. Because again, this is a guy who really doesn't have a plan. Like Dolan, again, Marcus said this. Dolan is a businessman. He cares if people are in the seats. He cares if his team is popular. He cares if his name. Well, I mean, he's been doing it for 20 years, but he wants big splashes. He wants the Knicks to look good, right? Whether he's the right, whatever. We could talk about if he's a terrible owner. He, in many ways, he is, but he just wants to look good. He doesn't look like trash. And when you had the KP thing, the article came out, and all this other stuff, it's like, yo, what the hell are you guys doing? So I mean, it is what it is. But again, Mills and Perry, I don't trust Mills per se for next year. Perry, I don't mind. I don't know if he brought the scouting and stuff. I don't mind how they've been drafting and scouting for the past 2 years, even though I'm still not high on Knox. But overall, I mean, you get Mitch undrafted. No, you get Mitch in the second round. You get Trey undrafted. Whether Trey's playing or not, he's still a talented player. Shot 40-some% from the field. I like what they have in terms of what they're thinking about with Perry, but Mills, he got to go.
I mean,
man.
I feel like if you know, whatever happens with Steve Mills is going to happen to Perry too. That's what I think.
If you get a Masai Ujiri, man,
that's what I think.
I'm up for
I
it.
think that, you know, if it's going to happen. But here's my thing. I feel like, though, if it was going to happen, why would you wait for so long for it to happen?
If what was going to happen? Sorry.
If you were going to fire Steve Mills and Scott Perry, we're in January. I guess you still have time, but we're in January. You're obviously going to let these guys work through the deadline. Once you get through the deadline, it's too late now.
Well, I mean,
unless you're working on something in the background, because now let's say you fire them in March, you got April and May that you got to find a general manager and president. You got to get all things in place so that you can be ready for the draft.
Listen,
right?
You know these guys talk. You know these guys, even though they're not supposed to.
I get it.
They give out feelers to say, hey, we really talking to this guy. When his season's up, he's going to come to the Knicks, but we're going to make it seem like, oh, yeah, he left. And it could be things like that. So
it could be. It could be. You know, it definitely could be. It's just my thinking that if you was going to do it, you know what I'm saying? Don't let these guys do it, and don't let these guys make any moves.
I just hope that Dolan sees this as like, yo, bro, you need to hire, instead of hiring your friends and stuff. Like, again, I'll give Dolan this. He's hired a lot of black execs, so all these woke people that want to kill the Knicks. Yeah, I talk about his wokeness. He's one of the guys to do it. He ain't boycott Mark Jackson like the so-called woke Golden State Warriors did. I'll give him that. But he needs to hire proper basketball people. Now, he may not trust them or whatever, but you are the owner. You can fire them if you don't like them, if they're not doing well, but hire proper basketball people so those people bring people from their trees, and those people bring their people from their trees, and then all of a sudden you have you have an organization with stability. You have an organization where everybody's on one clear mind, one clear goal. There's a culture. There's stability. People don't have to worry about, oh, this guy's the owner's a crazy maniac. He might train, blah, blah. Nah, I have trust that this GM's going to do his job. That's what we had with Donnie Walsh before the whole Melo thing. The Knicks were slowly starting to build, and you saw it. And that's the best. That's the last best era we had before that Melo thing. Even though it was, we started seeing fruits of the labor. We need to bring that back. You bring an accomplished GM or a notable GM. He brings his coach, and you see it. Free agent's going to come. You're going to draft properly, build it up the right way. Because what? You want to keep losing, bringing in names and this and that, bring your friends around? Or do you want to take a proper 3 to 4 year period, build a team so you have extended success, so we could have the next damn Pat Riley?
Yeah, nah,
freaking
I
coach this
feel you,
damn
man.
team, man.
I feel you. At this point, I don't care if they're white, black, purple, if they're Martians.
Oh, no, me neither.
I don't care if it's. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Just bring in someone that knows what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just that knows what they're doing. But yeah, man, we did all this talking, but big up to RJ Barrett because I like the way he's playing right now. And I know we went around in circles, folks, but RJ Barrett, he played a heck of a ball game tonight. Not the greatest from the field, 6 for 15, but he was 5 for 7 from 3, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. He had 22 points. He had 8 rebounds. He's really playing good basketball, and hopefully is going to continue. For him, he'll continue playing good basketball. But if he does go into another slump, let's not panic, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's not panic because it'd be natural for him to go into another slump. You know what I'm saying? He's a rookie, so he'll be all over the place sometimes. That's just the way that basketball goes. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it goes. Isaiah, what's going on, man? I'm gonna let you go ahead and get your words in so you can go back to sleep and sell some cell phones or something. But go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry, man. You and Gamble was at the whole segment.
We was having a good conversation. We was having a good convo. What you expect?
Yeah, it was a good convo. I think he's knocking on the door, by the way.
Yeah, I see him. Let him in.
Yeah. So 3 things I got from this game, Sam. 3 things. RJ's not allowed to take the headband off no more. That's it. He can't take the headband off no more. Elfrid Payton, he really disappointed me today. Low basketball IQ. You're like the only point guard you're the only point guard, and you're gonna get yourself ejected. It's not smart. Not smart. And then Mitchell Robinson pissed me off tonight, man. He pissed me off.
Let's talk about Mitch. Let's talk about Mitch. Let's talk about Mitch. Let's talk about Mitch, right? Because
here we go.
yeah. Now let's talk. I want to talk about Mitch. Listen, I love Mitchell Robinson, and I really, really like Mitchell Robinson, right? I think Mitchell Robinson is he's got energy all over the floor. He does a lot of things, right?
Well,
but everybody wanted to flip out when we were talking about him. That maybe he wasn't ready to be a starter. And you see, he had 7 points, 3 rebounds tonight. He's struggling. He's going through some things that every young player would go through. You know what I'm saying? Because why is he going through these things? Because you have veterans in the league that understand how to capitalize not only on a person's weaknesses, but also capitalize on their strengths. Right? Like, if I know that your strength is blocking shots and you like to block shots, I'm going to throw a million pump fakes to get you in the air. Right? So that I can use your strength against you. You know what I'm saying? So, when people complain that Mitch isn't starting, there is a reason. It's because he is young and developing and growing, and he has to learn the NBA game. So he hasn't been playing well lately. Right? And I'm not going to kill him for not playing well, because I expect for him to not play well during stretches of the season. So for anyone to think that if Mitchell Robinson was starting, he would be this big double-double machine, you're mistaken. You're highly mistaken. Highly mistaken. Because he is a kid. These guys are babies out here. You know what I'm saying? They are babies out there. That's what they are compared. They're kids, man. But this, what you're seeing right now, is my reasoning that I didn't believe that Mitchell Robinson needed to be the starter yet. Because he's not ready. There's a lot of learning he has to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of learning that Mitchell Robinson has to do. You know what I'm saying? But, he's going to be a really good one day. I think he's about 3 years down the line. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see the development. You're going to see him grow and get better. You're going to watch some dips, and you're going to see him come back up, and then some dips, and then come back up. It's all good. Go ahead, Isaiah.
Well, yeah, I was going to say tonight he really made me mad because of the fact that, to me, he just played lazy. He just played no discipline, laziness. He just kept jumping the whole game. Anytime somebody did a pump fake, he was just a jump. He was just jumping, which was just, to me, just pure laziness. He didn't want to be there. I didn't like the effort I seen from Mitchell Robinson. I was really disappointed in that because he was just doing very, very stupid things. And just like I said, he's just jumping, and then he's getting. Did he get a tech tonight? I'm trying to remember.
Mitch? No, I don't think Mitchell got a tech tonight. I think it was Elfrid Payton who got the 2 techs.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So no, it's just him jumping around and yo, man, every time this dude faces a skilled big man, it's just this dude just gets taken to town.
But and it's just, I don't think it's that he's playing lazy. He's trying to figure it out. These guys have the basketball IQ, the skill, the knowledge of the game to do a little trickery on Mitch and get away with it and get him up in the air and get him moving this way and that way because he's just raw. He's just straight up raw. You know what I'm saying? He's a raw basketball player.
I'm thinking, Sam? I think we really next year or during this trade deadline, we need to get a veteran big man. That's like how DJ was last year. Even though DJ was just cruising when he got on the Knicks. But we need a veteran big man that's going to help Mitch and that's going to be focused. Just focus on Mitch. Just have a guy that's here just to focus on Mitch because he played a lot better when DJ was here last year. And you've seen it. It was night and day when he had a veteran big man that could help him and teach him. I would love to see I'm trying to think of a veteran big man. Perfect example. If I know he might not be wanting to do that right now. Zach Randolph. I think Zach Randolph will be a great teacher for Mitchell Robinson.
Randolph?
Great teacher.
Zach Randolph?
As a teacher for Mitchell Robinson?
Zach Randolph? Zach Randolph does none of the things that Mitchell Robinson does on the floor.
But
bro,
hold on, wait. Wait, you trying to
Zach Randolph?
So wait. He can't teach mispositioning and to get rebounds? You can't teach him that?
Oh, they're two different. You gotta you're gonna need someone that does what Mitch does. They are two different players, bro.
Because you're not about to kill me for this one. Because Zach Randolph is one of the best rebounders in the game.
Okay, maybe he can teach him. Maybe he can teach him some footwork and maybe some positioning. But they are two different players.
So what's wrong with that? You trying to kill me with Zach Randolph?
They are two. They're two different players. Two different players.
Zach Randolph will get more rebounds than Mitchell Robinson. He can't even jump. He can't even jump over a can.
The reason why DJ is so good for Mitchell Robinson is because they play the same game. So he can give him tips. Okay, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Because he can give him tips.
I'm thinking of people that's available. DJ's not available. Who's going to be available to teach Mitchell Robinson?
Zach Randolph is not going to me.
He can teach him positioning and rebounding to be a better rebounder. I personally think that's not the worst thing that could happen to Zemo's a tough player, man. Zemo's a tough player.
But it's not. But they do two.
So you telling me you gotta have an exact copy of somebody?
Not an exact copy, but you at least If I'm a point guard and you're a center,
let me
right?
get you right here because
and I'm coming. I'm trying to tell you how to play your game.
So he was stupid to do that, right?
Who? What? Say what?
Kobe. So you telling me Kobe was stupid to go to Hakeem Olajuwon then?
But he went to him for post moves. Kobe went to Hakeem Olajuwon for post moves. Because Kobe could already play in the post, though.
Two different positions.
But I'm saying,
they have two different games.
But listen, he didn't go to him for mentorship. He went for him to teach him something, like specific. I want you to teach me. Listen. You
telling me?
Listen what I'm saying. Listen up. Does somebody have a piece of chicken to put in his mouth so I can talk?
You talk all the time.
Listen what I'm saying. Kobe called him up for something specific. Can you teach me some post moves? Right? He didn't call him up and say, can you be my mentor? Can you teach me some post moves so that I can utilize the post? Right? So that's why he went to Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the best post players ever. But we're talking about mentorship and how to play your entire game. That's why DJ was so good for Mitch. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it was questionable, about Taj Gibson. You know what I'm saying? Although I did like Taj Gibson for him, I still did kind of like, and a lot of people brought up, well, they played 2 different games. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So like someone like Tyson Chandler.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Right. So I mean, I'm kind of befuddled why Tyson Chandler didn't come out your mouth rather than
I like Zach Randolph to teach people how to rebound, to position their bodies. I'm a big fan of how he rebounds. I'm just saying, I like it the way he rebounds and gets in position, and the fact that he can't even jump. That's
right.
Always been.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. He can teach somebody who is like, because, okay, so Zach Randolph can't even jump, but he knows how to position himself to get rebounds, right? Mitchell Robinson, yeah, maybe he can teach him position, but also Mitchell Robinson can get position. He's got to be able to use his jumping ability and athletic ability at the same time. So you need someone who can teach him that.
Garen was having a great time with this one.
I mean, just because you're shaped like Zach Randolph don't mean you always got to bring up Zach Randolph.
I like Zach Randolph. This is my first time bringing Zach Randolph up. I mean, listen, Zach Randolph, Tyson Chandler, I think either one of those guys would be good for Mitchell Robinson.
All right.
Now, can we get to my grandpa Wayne? Because he don't know what's going on right now, but we love Wayne though.
Just somebody let him know to mute everybody, so when I'm talking to him.
All right, Grandpa.
You know what I mean?
Hey, you got the mute button on, sir?
Let me get to my man Wayne, man. Let me get you off. Let me get you out of here. Get that guy out of here.
I want to hear what you got to say.
Wayne, what's going on, Wayne? How you feeling, man?
Okay.
My man Isaiah, I don't know what Isaiah is talking about, man. But we're talking about Mitchell Robinson. He's struggling a little bit right now. You know what I mean? Struggling a little bit. What do you think? What do they got to do to try to get him out of it? Now, I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it. Offensively, obviously Mitchell Robinson right now, he's a rim runner, so he needs someone that can really find him, run into the rim. That alley-oop, for a while he was really thriving. Teams have started to pick up on it. Need Frank Ntilikina back to help find him. You know what I'm saying? On the offensive side of the floor. You know what I mean? He was 3 for 5 tonight. Him and Frank Ntilikina have good, they have a good chemistry going. I think, once Frank Ntilikina gets back in the mix, maybe, he can help find Mitch on some lobs and some things like that, get him some easy buckets, get him back in the mix, get him going. What do you think? You there, Wayne?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm saying. So what do you think, man? What do you think about Mitchell Robinson right now and how he's playing?
What do I think about Mitch? Mitch is going backwards. He's not looking good right now. He's got the talent. He'll come around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll come around. We got
a young kid who hates to lose, and I think that he's gonna next year he's gonna be our leader. He's gonna come back next year. His game is gonna improve over the summer. He comes back next year. He's gonna be tough to deal with.
Talk about Mitch? Yeah, I mean, listen.
I'm talking about RJ.
Oh, RJ? Oh, yeah, RJ. RJ's going through this season, and he's learning the ups and downs of the NBA and some of the nuances of the game. I can't wait to see what he's going to be like when he comes back next year. Because
I can't wait to see it. I see him evolving right now, but he's going to have an off season, and he's going to come back a monster next year.
Whew, he is. He's going to come back a monster. He's going to come back because you just know the kind of work that he's going to put in during the offseason.
Yeah.
You just
and
know
I like
what he's going to put in.
the fact that he hates to lose, and he's got to instill that in the other young guys. You know.
Yeah, right.
I see Knox. Knox is getting better. What I didn't like tonight, he played his best game the other night, and he came in the night, he was playing well, and they just snatched him out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
They should have left him out there because Bullock was playing terrible.
Yeah, Knox ended up playing 23 minutes, mostly because of garbage time down the stretch, right? I think he played all 12 minutes in the fourth quarter. Reggie Bullock was 0 for 8 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3 for 3 from the free throw line. We'll see. Knox is playing better. We'll see, if it's going to earn him some more minutes. And I mean, like meaningful minutes, not just minutes during the end of the game, meaningful minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's
we're
what
11
we need
and
for him.
30. I think it's time to start the youth movement again.
11 and 30, man. Yeah. I mean, like Mike Breen was saying, there comes a point in your season, when it's about that time, and it's looking like it's about that time, man. 11 and 30. I hate looking at that record, 11 and 30, but it is what it is. The Knicks are 11 and 30. They are the 14th. They're in 14th place in the Eastern Conference. All right, they are 8 games. What is that? 8 games out of the 8th seed. They
Why
are
does
the
Wayne
third
Ellington ever get on the court?
worst team in the league. So yeah,
Can you tell me that? Why does Wayne Ellington ever get on the court?
I don't know. I have no idea why Wayne Ellington is getting on the court, man. I have no clue.
Barry Treyer on the end of the bench, and you play Ellington for what reason?
Yeah, I have no clue why Wayne Ellington's on the floor. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. This is what I think is going to happen. Just my opinion. I think that there will be some a trade or two at the deadline, right? And then after the deadline, those guys that the Wayne Ellingtons and the Bobby Portises, they'll either be traded or they'll be waived. That's what I think. Right? Yeah, that's what I think. I think that those guys will be either traded or waived, and then when those guys are traded and waived, then you'll see the young guys. You'll see the young guys play, and you'll see Kenny Wooten come up and Iggy come up, and then maybe some other guys that are signed, just to fill some roster spots or something like that. That's what I think would probably happen. That's what I think is probably going to happen. I see people in the chat say wasted 70 mil, If that's what you want to, I guess you can say. I don't know if it was really wasted. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could have, listen, there's a league minimum. You've got to sign. You got to spend a certain amount of money. You got to. You can't just hold on to your money. You got to spend a certain amount of money. Now, could you have stayed at that? That certain amount of money.
The money, but at least they spent it wisely. 1-and-1s,
right?
No long-term contracts.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, right? So they could have spent it, just at the minimum, whatever that minimum is, and then had all this money. But then, what would you have done with all that money for this season? What would you have done? It would have just sat there. With the way that it is now, I think it's it is. You could have had it just sit there. That would have been okay. But the way it is now, with you sign certain players, now you can use these guys to make money match and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To make trades work and make money match, to make different monies match and stuff like that. And then the hope was 1 or 2 of these guys really pop off, and then you can really decide, do you want to keep them? Like Marcus Morris, right? Do you want to keep him, or do you want to try to get a first-round draft pick, whatever it is? So I think that was the purpose of signing them. You know what I'm saying? You sign them, or because you weren't going to use the money anyway if you didn't sign them. It was just going to sit there. Right? I guess it could have saved the team money per se. Right? But it's not like you can save the money and then add it on to next year. right? You can't say it, it's not. It's like, okay, well, we didn't spend $15 million on Bobby Portis, so now we can add that to next year's cap. No, you can't do that. So it really is not. It is really, nothing for nothing, for real. You know what I'm saying? But Wayne, let me get to Big Freezy, then I'm gonna come back around. All right?
Okay.
All right, Big Freezy, what's going on with you, man? Big Freezy, you there? My man Freezy, I don't know.
RJ, are you serious?
I don't know if Freezy can hear me. So I'm gonna come back around to Nate, and then somebody let Freezy know I was trying to get a hold of him. Nate, what's going on, man?
So we're 11-30 now. I mean, yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time to see what you have down the bench, like the Triers. Bringing up Wooten. Maybe giving him some playing time. I want to see what Iggy. I mean, I got to see Iggy play. Now you had said that something about how some of these players like Wayne Ellington, I think, in Portis, that you could let them go when did you say that they that you have to give them a full guaranteed contract, or you could release them?
So with Wayne, all right, I'm gonna read it to you right now. Okay. We'll start with Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock has $1 million guaranteed for 2020, 2021. Right? $1 million guaranteed. His contract becomes fully guaranteed if he's not waived by June 28th, 2020. So you got to waive him by June 28th, 2020. And if you waive him, you got to give him $1 million still. If you don't waive him, then his contract becomes guaranteed. The same exact thing for Elfrid Payton. The same exact thing for Wayne Ellington. The same exact thing for Taj Gibson. All right?
Okay, so it has to be done after the season's over. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and then Julius Randle has the same exact contract for 2021, 2022. So they would have to waive Julius Randle by June 28, 2021, or his contract would become fully guaranteed. And if they do waive him, then they give him $4 million.
Okay,
right,
so let me ask you this question. Outside of Morris, do you think that we'll get any kind of value for any of these other players that are on those 1-year deals?
You're definitely not going to get a first-round draft pick for anybody else. And even with Marcus Morris, and I said this a long time ago, right, that the only way you were going to get a first-round draft pick for Marcus Morris is if you took back players that was going to put salary on your books, right, which is one of the reasons I thought that they might not trade Marcus Morris, because, if you trade Marcus Morris to a team, they're not going to give you two players that have expiring contracts and a first-round draft pick. That's not happening, right? So they're going to say, yeah, we'll give you a first-round draft pick, but you got to take this player that's making $10 million until 2022 or something like that, or 2023, right? So you're going to take salary onto your books. That's one of the reasons that the Knicks are reluctant to trade Marcus Morris for a first-round draft pick, because they don't want to take salary on. If you're talking about Bobby,
and I don't even think we could maybe even get second-round picks for these guys, because honestly, nowadays, second-round picks, there's some steals. I mean, Mitch Robinson, we've talked about.
I think you can get a second-round pick for Bobby Portis.
Really?
I think so. His contract expires next year. Or it doesn't expire. There's a team option for 2020, 2021. Now, the only thing is, it's the same exact thing with Bobby Portis. You'd have to take on salary, probably. You don't want to do that. So the best thing is, if you're looking for a starting caliber player, these guys can be used, right? These guys can be used to match the salary of a starting caliber player, right? So if somebody say, yeah, you know what, a starting caliber player that you don't mind having on your books for 2020, 2020, 2021. You know what I'm saying? If you don't mind having a certain player, let's just say player, whoever, and you say, you know what? Yeah, this guy makes $15 million, and we don't mind having him because he's 24 years old, and we want to see what he can do with us. He's making $15 million. Yep, we'll trade you Bobby Portis for him. Yeah, and he's on the books till 2021, and then that team gets, their cap space free for 2020. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. So, something like that. And that's probably, some of the things they're trying to do. Package these guys together, maybe with a young player, you know what I'm saying, to try to bring back a starting level player. And just because they're looking to do that doesn't mean it's going to happen. I know people are afraid, me too. You know what I'm saying, that they do something that's, that's cliffhanger-ish. You know what I'm saying? But, so, yeah, I mean, by themselves, I don't see them guys getting a second-round pick for them guys.
I tell you what, man, for the people that knock on Morris, and say, oh, we don't need him, we should trade him. I tell you what, he's showing his value with him not playing because the offense just doesn't look the same without him. And he's one of your most efficient shooters out there. And his defense, too. His defense and the ability to be able to guard those bigger players. So I tell you what, I mean, I think he's earning himself a contract with us, man. I really do. It's just a matter of how much we're going to be willing to offer him.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that's like. We'll see. Now, I see some people in the chat talking about Brandon Ingram. Right? And Brandon Ingram, let's see, Brandon Ingram's salary this year, he makes $7.2 million. And then there's a qualifying offer for 9.4. So with the qualifying offer for Brandon Ingram, that means that he is, if he accepts the qualifying offer, then that means he'll be an unrestricted free agent in 2021-22. If he denies the qualifying offer, which I think he probably will because with the way he's playing this season, he's having a career year. Right, he'll get some money. I'm saying he'll probably deny that qualifying offer of 9.4, basically 9.5 million, and then he'll be a restricted free agent, meaning that New Orleans can match anything. My question to all of you, right? Because I believe that Brandon Ingram is going to become a free agent. He'll be a restricted free agent. As the Knicks, do you throw a pot of gold at him this summer? Do you throw a pot of gold at Brandon Ingram?
No.
Nate? No?
No, for two reasons. A, I don't think he's going to leave the Pelicans because I think the Pelicans, that was the biggest trade piece they got for Anthony Davis. And I don't think that they're just going to let him walk. And he's had this career year. So I personally don't. I think the Pelicans are going to offer him some mad money to play with Zion.
Okay, I mean, I get that, but as an organization, do you at least take the chance? I mean, what else? Who else are you trying to sign this summer? Because this is what happens if you give an offer, if a player signs an offer sheet to your team, right, when he's a restricted free agent. Then that money that you have is tied up for the next 7 days until that team matches or declines to match your offer, the offer sheet, right? So if the Knicks say they offered Brandon Ingram the max, let's just say, right? Let's say they offered Brandon Ingram the max. That money, however much it is, would be tied up until the New Orleans Pelicans either matches the offer or declines the offer, right? And that means you couldn't.
Jeremy Lin, like what happened with Jeremy Lin, how he went to the Rockets and he got a bigger offer,
and so then that means that the Knicks wouldn't be able to offer that money, that pot of money, to anybody else for 7 days. But who else are they trying to get in the offseason? So I don't see why, if you thought Brandon Ingram was serious, why you wouldn't offer him something.
So a couple of things real quick. With Brandon Ingram, if you're gonna go the route with Brandon, and you're gonna give him a max offer, then that means you're not bringing back Morris. Obviously, that's the given. But that also tells me giving up on Kevin Knox. because Kevin Knox plays that position behind Morris, and you still got Randall on the books. So what does that mean about Kevin Knox if you go and sign Brandon Ingram, who, is 5 years older than?
No, he's not.
Yeah, Brandon
He's
Ingram's
2 years
26, isn't he?
older than Kevin Knox.
Oh, wow.
Brandon Ingram is 22 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, he was drafted in 2016.
Okay.
He's 22 years
Okay,
old.
so
He'll be
he's- so
23
he's 22.
September 2nd.
So he's 22 years old. So my argument would be, if you go and sign Brandon Ingram, what does that mean to Kevin Knox?
That means that Kevin Knox is coming off the bench behind Kevin Ingram. I mean, it means he's coming off the bench behind. Listen, Kevin Knox ain't starting next year.
Mhm.
Right?
Well, if we
I don't think he's going.
He probably will.
I don't think he's going to be a starter next year. I don't think he just like Mitchell Robinson. I don't think Kevin Knox. He's got a lot of learning and growing to do.
Who's going to fill that spot? I mean, I guess unless we sign Brandon Ingram, I mean, we really don't have a 3 guy right now. I mean, unless they move Barrett to the 3 and then we draft.
But let's just say you did.
Guard.
But again, let's just say you did. And here we go with it again. Let's just say you did sign Brandon Ingram, who's 22 years old, has his whole career ahead of him. You let Kevin Knox come off the bench and learn how to play basketball. If Kevin Knox develops into a star, you make a decision then. Kevin Knox's long-term position isn't going to be the 3 anyway. It's going to be the 4.
Yeah. I don't know. Something about Brandon Ingram, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but sometimes his motor, I'm a little worried about his motor. And we already have a guy who we worry about his motor. I think he's a talented player, very talented. But I think sometimes his motor's not always there. Like, he doesn't play with a full effort.
Well, I mean, I'll just say, 25.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 47.6% from the field, 40.7% from 3. That's enough motor for me.
It'd be interesting to see how him and Randall play together. I mean, it could look good on paper, but we don't know. I mean, they both want to be alpha dogs. I think Brandon Ingram showed this year that he wants to be an alpha dog. And you've got Julius Randle on the team that thinks he's probably the alpha dog. Then you got Barrett that probably thinks he's the alpha dog. You got a lot of dogs on the team.
Yeah, but RJ Barrett has shown you he's not afraid to take only 10 shots in a game, right? He'll take 10 shots. He don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a basketball player. He's going to play the basketball game. I mean, I don't think – I mean, we've had nights where Marcus Morris has been the guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's
I think
true.
if so –
hey, man.
To me, it is what it is. Like, if you were to sign Brandon Ingram – and just like Guillermo asked me earlier, if RJ Barrett turned into such and such and such and Julius Randle had a problem, then it's time for that brother to go. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't got, you ain't have time for that. You know what I mean? You don't have time for it.
If he can play defense, I'm on board, bro.
Okay.
I don't know what his defensive rating is.
I mean, I'm just asking, do you take a shot at him knowing that he's a restricted free agent?
Yeah, he's 22
you know what I'm saying? You take a shot at him.
That means you're not going to sign Morris.
Okay. Clarence Roberson said, Ingram isn't going to be in the NBA in 5 years. Well, if he's not in the NBA in 5 years, Clarence, and I'm about to pick up the phone because I think this is you on the phone. If Brandon Ingram is not in the NBA in 5 years, that probably means that the Monstars scooped him up and he's playing for the Monstars somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on, man. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, what's up, Sam?
Hey, what's going on, man? Are you the one who just said that Brandon Ingram's not going to be in the league in 5 years?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to please explain that to me. Why do you say he's not going to be in the league in the next 5 years?
You realize Brandon Ingram just had a blood clot injury.
Yes.
And a major shoulder injury, and he's had a bad knee injury already.
I get that.
In his 4 years.
I get that.
That blood clot injury is scary. I mean, and once you get it, it's not something that, like, you get and it goes away. I mean, Chris Bosh, they took care of it, and then it came back. It seems to always come back. I wouldn't take a risk on something like that because, like Chris Bosh, and You sign Brandon Ingram to 25. You know, you get him and he comes and plays 2 good years, and then he can't play.
But you do know what happens in that case, right?
You get the injury.
Yeah, and you'll get like 80% of your money back.
But still,
and he'll get
better. He's good. He's great. And don't get me wrong. If Brandon Ingram was on the Knicks next year, I'm cheering for him. I'm buying my son a jersey. But if it was me, if I was Dolan, no. There's better players. He's good. He's great. There's better players than Ingram. I don't take
who. Okay, who?
It's
who?
like,
tell me who at 22 years old. Because he's 22 years old right now. September 2nd, he'll be 23.
You look
who
at Ingram,
at 23 years old is better?
Ingram, I mean, you look at like honestly, if we can kick the tires on D'Lo, we can kick the tires on Cat. I mean, there's going to be disgruntled guys. Like, I mean,
I
I'd
get
rather
that,
take
but
a chance
what I'm
on
saying,
one of those guys,
okay,
who hasn't been hurt really.
I agree with you,
and pay them the moon. Pay them the moon. I don't care what they offer. But Brandon Ingram, maxing him out? No, I'm sorry. I mean, that's one of those things where I might, you take the risk, and if it can hit and it can't. But I mean, not when you could draft a young gun. No. I wouldn't do it. If I was Dolan, I wouldn't do it.
Okay. All right. Now, listen, I fully understand what you're saying about, the injury and being afraid of the injury, right? But you can get his contract insured, right? And then if you lose him, then you get, I think, 80% of your money back. You know what I mean? And Brandon Ingram still gets his full money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got to look at. I mean, it's not the same case, but look at John Wall. Look at Washington with John Wall right now. They just signed him to maybe the top, like, it's the top 3 contract in the league for money.
Okay.
And he's got an Achilles injury. He was lazy before he got the Achilles injury. Now he's paid with an injury that he might not come back 100% from, and they've got to pay him $40+ million as long as he decides he's going to try to play in the NBA. He could play the next 3 years, and they got to pay him $40 million, even if he plays I think you have to play 9 games a year. And he might not ever be the John Wall we used to see breaking people down, dunking the ball. He's almost never going to be as fast as he was. Do you want that? I'd rather not take this risk. I just rather not. I mean, he's a great player. And like I said, if he's on our team, I'll root for him. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, it's like all the ESPN people saying that we lost the Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving trade. We won that trade? We don't have $70 million tied up in a guy who just missed 25 games and a guy who's not going to play till next year.
I
Kevin
get
Durant
that.
I see a lot of players shooting at the time he's been out, and I mean, we would be. And then I think we dodged a bullet then, and I think finding a guy like Ingram, it's just another point. Remember we signed what's his name, the guy we traded McDyess. We signed
Antonio
him.
McDyess.
He blew his knee out, and he was never the same. Had to pay him all the way.
I know, but this is the thing. But this, every player. Okay, we signed Antonio McDyess. We knew about his knee, right? When we made that trade and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. His max contract is hefty. If he were to get a max, it would be hefty. Right? If he were to get a max contract, Brandon Ingram's max contract is 5 years, $169 million. That's what a max contract for Brandon Ingram would be.
And that's what the Pelicans are going to have to pay him to keep him.
Probably.
That's what they're going to pay him. They have to. because there's too many teams that would. There's the NBA. You got to spend the money. So to keep him, they have to spend that money. If they don't, if the Pelicans don't sign him to that max, he's going to be on another team next year, guaranteed. He's not taking a cent less.
You raise a good point.
I don't want to put 4 years, $20-something million into a guy with a blood clot. Sorry.
Okay.
That's a bad bet. Not when you can legitimately go after Cat or D'Lo or somebody else. I mean, there's players that always shoot up. We don't have to. We're going to get a top 5 pick next year. We could, run it. We got Randall on the team. Run it back. Let the guys get better. Sign some shooters for less money, but just don't go out there and blow $25 million a year on a guy who literally missed half of last year because of a blood clot and the guy, I think he blew his knee 2 years ago.
You say he blew his knee out?
The whole season 2 years ago. I mean, and he was hurt the year the Lakers played when the rookie year with Lonzo Ball. He's been hurt every year. He gets hurt every year.
Well, I mean, he's suffered some injuries. I'm just asking the question. I think he'll be in the league in 5 years. I don't know if he has the same exact thing as Chris Bosh. I don't know if it's the same exact thing. There's differences in blood, your blood clotting and things like that. I don't know if it was the same as that, but I don't know. We'll see. So you wouldn't do it.
I was just stating worst case scenario in the
right. You're stating worst case scenario, but I don't think it's the same thing. But so you wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it. Not if
you wouldn't take a shot.
No.
Okay.
Not
all right.
I'd kick the tires on a couple other players before.
Well, I mean, the thing with those other guys
if he wants to come to the Knicks, I sign him. If he
listen,
goes and says, hey,
the thing with those other guys that you mentioned is that they're
other than that, no.
The thing with those other guys is that they're already on long-term contracts, right? They're already signed. So you've got to give up a lot to get them. Brandon Ingram is going to be probably a restricted free agent next year. So you wouldn't be giving up anything but cash to get him. We'll see what it is, my man. Thank you for the call. Let me get to some other people out here. All right, caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
What's going on, man?
I'm good.
I want to talk about the draft, man, for the point guards.
Okay.
We don't need LaMelo, man.
You said we don't need what? LaMelo?
We don't need LaMelo.
Okay.
LaMelo. We got to get off that bandwagon, B.
So I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't even looked towards. I've been focused on the players that we have on the team right now. I haven't really looked towards to see should we draft this guy or that guy or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So I'm not really concerned about LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards or any of them.
Since Mark Jackson, Rod Strickland. We need a dynamic point guard. LaMelo ain't it, bro. But I mean, we could talk about your topic. What you want to talk about?
I mean, well, who do you think it should be?
Point guard wise, got Tyrese Halliburton, Tyrese Maxey, Nico Mannion. Scorers, distributors, can score all 3 levels. And can play off the ball.
Okay.
One of those 3.
All right.
Anthony Edwards is an obvious choice. If you can get him. So you got 4 guards. Figure we should be in the top, 3, 4?
We should. Wow. Who knows? With the way that the draft and all that stuff goes right now, who knows where you might end up being?
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, the Pelicans last year was supposed to be 7th, and they ended up getting the top pick. So who knows where we might be?
There's a lot of dynamic guards. I just feel like we need a dynamic guard. In terms of our current roster, we should go ahead and trade Mook. I mean, I know he's kind of a heart and soul, but get a draft pick for him. And then it opened up a spot for some of the younger players to just kind of develop. Maybe we should start the youth a little bit. I don't think we're going to make that 8th So,
Oh no,
painful as
we're
it
not making
sounds,
that eighth seed. We're not making that eighth seed.
we're not
Ain't no
making that
way.
AC. As terrible as the East
Ain't no
is,
way.
we're not going to get it. Fizdale put us in the hole early. But I can go with get a pick. It seemed like the Clippers want him. Get a pick. If you get that pick, maybe you can combine that with. Don't we have Dallas pick this year too?
We have a Dallas pick this year, and then the next
Right.
Dallas pick. It's like some weird thing. You have to get it by a certain year, and then if you don't get it after that year, it ends up breaking down into 2 second-round picks. But yeah, we have a Dallas pick this year.
Right. So we got ours. We got Dallas. And you tell them you can get another first-round pick? I mean, that's a no-brainer. I would take those 2 late-round picks and try to move up and get another dynamic player.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then I think that'll possibly push us over the top. We need scoring in our backcourt. Our guards cannot shoot. RJ stepping it up. That's the son. I mean, Ja Moran he's a beast, but what can we say about that? RJ is ours, but that's our son. But
yeah. Yo, that RJ is going to be. RJ is going to be a monster, I think. I mean,
RJ is going to be fine.
He's going to be good.
I think he needs another guard with him because he can play off the ball or on the ball after half court. I don't like him bringing the ball up, but I think after half court he can kind of facilitate off the pick and rolls and things like that. I think his handle is not as tight bringing the ball up. They put pressure on him, but he can facilitate off of screens and things like that. And he's just good with the ball in his hands. I'd like to see him work with Kobe possibly all season, develop his little one-on-one, But Mitch needs development. Knox needs development. Get Kenny Wooten out there. See what he can do. I mean, he might bring some energy. Let's see him. Let's see what he can do. Get Dennis Smith out of here. Ellington. I would like to keep Bullock. Bullock's a nice piece, a role player.
He is. I like Bullock.
Peyton can go.
Yeah.
A lot of those other guys can go, man. But that's all, brother. I just want to see your thoughts on that.
The Knicks actually have Dallas's 2021 unprotected first-round pick. So we only got 1 pick in this year's draft. Yeah.
Oh, it's 21. Okay.
Yeah, it's 21. Right.
Okay, not this
year. Yeah. But
well, if we can get a Clippers late rounder, there's gonna be some talent, bro. There's a lot of guard talent. We've been hurting at guard for years, especially point guard.
That's the truth.
I
We've
mean,
been hurting that point.
Frank he ain't there, and I think that's kind of setting us back. It's kind of setting us back because we need him to be there right now, and he's not. You know what I mean? So now we're right back at looking at another point guard. Kind of setting us back, but it is what it is. I guess you keep Frank, let him develop. He might turn the corner at some point, break through, but I don't think trading him is going to be good because trading him ain't going to get nothing, and then somebody else going to get him and turn him into something. So,
right.
Right. Keep him there. He can use him. Let him develop. He's still young too. But if you bring in some of these younger point guards, they're ready. I mean, they're ready to come in and go right now. See what Ja doing? Ja Moran. Some of these young boys, they ready, bro. Right off the rip.
See, man.
So that's all I wanted to say.
All right, man. All right. Appreciate the call, bro.
You, brother.
All right. Have a good one. Yeah. It's going to be a lot to think about come draft time, ladies and gentlemen. A lot to think about come draft time. And even though we do still have the Mavericks, it's the 2021 pick, it doesn't mean that you can't package some picks to move up. You still can't do that, even though it's 2000, it's the 2021 pick. You can still package some things together to move up. What We'll see what it is, man. I want to get back into this chat here and ask these guys, about Brandon Ingram. Guillermo, I'm coming to you, Guillermo. Somebody let Guillermo know I'm getting ready to come to him. Guillermo, what would you do, man? This year, Brandon Ingram, he'll probably be a restricted free agent, right? He has a qualifying offer of $9.5 million that the New Orleans Pelicans will probably make the qualifying offer to him, and he'll probably deny it, which means he would become an unrestricted free agent. Would you make an offer to him, Brandon Ingram?
One thing I don't like is the blood clot thing, man. That really scares me. I remember there are players who can't play. They literally have to stop playing because of blood clot thing. And then when you take, I think correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a medical doctor, but I think you have to take the blood thinning medicine, and that kind of messes some players up. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Brandon Ingram, skill-wise, you're damn right. I would love Brandon Ingram because I liked him when he was on the Lakers. I thought because what they had in terms of, Magic Johnson want to have a half-court game. Luke Walton want to have more of a three-point game. LeBron James comes and things just got a whack. So people call Brandon Ingram a bust, and I'm like, you guys are stupid. This kid is ultra talented. He's really talented. I'd make the offer. Why not? We were just talking about this in the chat in terms of who we would draft to kind of complement RJ Barrett. You're talking about a guy. Let me look at his stats real quick. Brandon Ingram. The guy's half-court game is good. He get to the damn basket as he pleases. He's averaging 25 points right now, 25.1 points. His three-point shooting is at 40.7. So you're damn right. Yeah, you're damn right. I'd make him an offer. If we're good on the medical side, yeah, I'd make him an offer.
Yeah. Now his max offer, I'm not saying you give him the max, but his max offer I think is 5 years, 169.
5 years, 16. Only thing is that, yeah, because who else are you gonna get? Because the free agent market, I don't think Giannis is coming, unless you pull off a Masai Ujiri, and I doubt that. Yeah, I don't think he's coming. AD is probably gonna re-sign with LeBron James because he loves to be with his best bud because he's he has alpha talent and a beta mindset. But anyway, that's another topic. Brandon Ingram, yeah, I think he's one of these guys. I think he's a budding star. He has a talent. Some guys put it all together relatively. I don't say late because he's still look how young he is. He's 22 years old, so he's young. He's just been a year in the league for a little bit, for 3 years or whatever. I make him an offer. I make him. That's a guy you could build around. I would love seeing him, RJ, a guy who could space the floor. So it's not as crowded. We talked about tonight, we shot 25% from three tonight. You get a guy who could dribble, play off ball, on ball. He fits our team perfectly. You put him at the put him at the 3. What is he? 6'7"? He's 6'7".
Let's see what he is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's 6'7", 190. I thought he was taller than that. What the hell?
I thought he was too. But this year, they made everybody get measured without shoes and all that stuff. So it took like inches off of different players.
It still says 6'7". I don't know.
6'7", 190.
I thought he was always like 6'9". He has a 7'3" wingspan. So I mean, it is what it is. But 6'7", damn. Him and RJ 6'7", and they don't look the same.
Well, he's mad skinny, so they look, their body types look a little bit different. It makes him look a little taller and longer.
What the hell? He's thinner than me. Anyway, he's
right.
That makes no sense. But we need guys who can complement players on his team, right? When we talked about chemistry, you don't even have to be buddy with certain players, right? Chemistry can also come where my game complements yours, right? So if you're a guy who slashes to the basket, RJ Barrett, you know what I mean? If you have a guy who you could dish it out to and he can hit the 3 or he can slash himself, you know what I mean? You could have a game where the chemistry comes a lot quicker, wins come a lot quicker because guys they naturally know, all right, I should be, when he's in the game with me, I know where to be because I know he's weak at this and he likes to do this. He likes to come off the left. He likes to dribble from the right. You know what I mean? I'll be at this spot. Once he drives, I'm there to hit the shot. And obviously, Brandon's not going to become a glorified shooter, but I like it.
So here you go. So this is how you get there, right? You let Wayne Ellington's contract expire. You let
damn
Taj
right,
Gibson's
yes.
contract expire, right? You let Bobby Portis's contract expire. You let Elfrid Payton's
Yes.
contract go out. You got your money where you can offer Brandon Ingram. Right there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm down for. Because think about this. I'm not one of these guys that you have to make splashes, but when you watch Brandon Ingram's game and you see, and I understand the season's not ended, right? But when you see his game, I mean, even he's attempting a lot more threes this year. In previous years, the most he's attempted was 2.4. His ties he's attempting 6. I mean, the kid is solid, man. And I always liked that. I just thought that situation with the Lakers was trash, and a LeBron thing coming in. But you got a guy that you could build around, and he's probably looking for a home in terms of look. He probably didn't want to get traded to the Pelicans, even though he might be comfortable. But the Pelicans are, I don't even think they're what are they, 11 games, 10. How many games they win?
I think they got 14, 15
I mean, that's a
games.
situation that is still in flux, right? So, and no one really knows how Zion's going to turn out. He might not want to stay there for that, right? Where he's wearing a guy, and I know Zion played last night or whatever, but you're talking about a guy who might never be healthy. So that whole project, Lonzo Ball, still relatively questionable in terms of what he could deliver. He's overly hyped up, all that crap. So yeah, bring him to New York, and
We'll see.
the guy's playing in LA, and I don't think he was frazzled by LA per se. I think he's just frazzled by the front office and things that's going on there. Obviously, the Knicks front office situation is not that much more better, but if you're talking about bringing a guy where you're building around, you have young, good assets. I know some people aren't the biggest fans of him, but Mitch and RJ. Our biggest thing would probably be just getting a point guard. Maybe you have to draft for one. I don't really like what we see in the draft so far, but yeah, I make that offer, Sim. I'm all for it, man.
Hey, let me see. He's another player that's on the incline. When just speaking statistically, right? First season he averaged 9.4 points. Second year 16. Third year 18. This year 25. You know what I mean? Now, and of course he does have Zion. That's going to be coming back next year. If Zion comes back healthy, if Zion was healthy this season, I think they would be pretty close to being a playoff team in the Western Conference, if not in the playoffs in the Western Conference.
Yeah. My bad. And Zion didn't play. My bad. He fell asleep. My bad.
I think Thursday. I think Thursday or something like that. They said.
Yeah, I apologize. He was warming up. I apologize for that. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah, because let me see. The New Orleans Pelicans are 15-26, and in the Western Conference, they're 4 games out of the 8th seed in the Western Conference. You put RJ on that team, they're probably closer towards being in that 8th seed. So who knows, man? It's a good question, something to think about. The Knicks can't lose by making an offer.
Did you say you wanted him?
Oh, I'd make an offer.
Okay.
I'd make an offer. He is a baller. He is a baller.
Now put it like this, Sim.
And
I was gonna start some more trouble with you with Juice Randle, but like you said, if it could be anybody, but Juice Randle, because he has a 2-year plus the 1-year team option. If any issues arise, then obviously he could go. But I'm not even picking on Juice. I was just trying to think of the fit, because that means if you bring Brandon Ingram, that probably most likely means Morris is pushed out, right? So, I mean, he's on a 1-year deal, so you probably aren't resigning Morris.
Right. That means Morris is either pushed out or he agrees to come off the bench or whatever. If he was going to do it, who knows?
I doubt
it. And to put icing on the cake, he looks like somebody from Goody Mob. He looks like the dude from Goody Mob.
Big Gip.
Yes. He looks just like him.
Why would you say he looks like Big Gip? Why? Because he has the braids and the drowsy eyes?
His face,
come on, Sam.
he looks like him.
Have you seen Big Gip? Bro, Brandon Ingram looks like a overgrown little kid. Big Gip, and I love Goody Mob. I ain't gonna even talk. Big Gip just looks like, come on. All right,
I think he looks like him. I mean, not exactly like him. I think they resemble. I think he resembles.
I think
he resembles him.
Look at Big Gip right now. This guy Simmons tripping, man.
Huh?
Oh my gosh, they don't look why? Because
I
they have
think they
that.
look alike.
They have that Native American type mixed with
I
black
think
look,
they
like
kind of
in the
look
hair.
alike. I think they look a little. I mean, like, you know, if you look at some pictures, you're gonna see them older, especially, you know, like when they were young. Okay, let me ask you this: how did you know who I was talking about then?
Because I know, because once you say Goody Mob, there's only a few people. Look, you got CeeLo Green. Obviously, he don't look nothing like CeeLo Green. You got the first dude. I always forget the one that was the first dude in who's that creeping my window. Damn, I can't remember his damn name. And he had Big Gip. So it was like I knew you were talking about Big Gip because he looks the closest, but he don't look like him. Like that's like what a
they
old
kind of
like
look alike. That's just
that's
me.
like an old rich white lady would say, "Oh, aren't you that rapper from?"
Nah, man,
Goody
they
Mob?"
kind of
Like,
resemble. You're gonna say they don't resemble each other. They don't have any kind of resemblance. I
if
think
they're
they got kind
distant
of.
relatives, and okay, they're braided up, and they both got drowsy eyes, but they
Yeah,
look
there you
totally.
go. They got the droopy eyes a little bit. I think
One
they
dude
kind
has
of
a
resemble each
circular
other.
head. One dude has a legit oval big head and big gip. Like, Sim, what is yo?
I think they might be cousins.
Oh my, yo! Someone please help your man out. Please,
I think they
someone
might be
help Sim
cousins,
out, man.
man.
Because
I think they might be cousins.
he was
You know what I'm saying?
bugging,
They
man.
both from
They
the
ain't related,
South.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? They both come from down south.
What the hell is it, yo? What the hell is
I don't
that?
know. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
I'm just happy that if we could get,
Hey.
I'm actually kind of happy about if we could get a play like Ingram because we talked about this in where people keep saying, "Yo, oh, we not gonna get Giannis, blah blah." But there's certain players that, again, we look at the landscape. A lot of guys, even myself, some guys that we call bust, they might finally hit it by year 2, 3, 4, 5, and those are the type of guys where you want to build around. And Brandon Ingram, and again, you could even say his development for the first how many years was derailed by the chaos with the Lakers, especially given the fact that Luke Walton and Magic had two different philosophies and how to play. So I'm excited. If we get a guy like Brandon Ingram and bring him in,
Yeah.
and I've never heard any bad things about him. And the kid is playing, a lot better this year. Obviously our team, we have to get better defensively. But if we get that down packed, now you have I hate using this, but you have a go-to scorer, a guy in crunch time situations you can go to, feel a little confident and build around. Like I like the idea, man. Hopefully we could try to put some more.
I mean, all they can do is take that chance. You know what I'm saying? Take the chance.
Yeah.
See what's
Who else you
going
gonna
on.
spend it on, right?
Right. Where else you spending it? You know what I'm saying? Where else you spending it? Yeah, let me get the Big Freezy, because last time I think Freezy was in the conversation. Let me get to my man Big Freezy, see what he thinks, man. Freezy, what's good, man? What's going on?
Hey, what up, Sam? Hey,
I'm
what
good,
up, chat?
man. I'm chilling.
Hey, what's poppin', man?
I'm good. So what do you think about Brandon Ingram, man?
Dude, I love him. I'm a Duke basketball fan. Yeah, I saw that dude, man. I love him. I think he the savior. You know what I'm saying? A dude 22 years old, he'll be 23 with us, averaging 25 a game to go with RJ Barrett. Bruh, that speed up our timeline immensely because he come in as a seasoned vet and he around the same age. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
how can you not want that? You know what I'm saying? But yo, can I wanna make wanna break some news just real quick, man. Just something,
right.
just a little bit. So I think I found out who the mad rapper is. It's Guillermo. So how does Guillermo give Brandon Ingram this leeway to say the organization, the franchise messed up? They small forward messed up busted up a small forward that they drafted in the first round to Brandon Ingram, but our small forward that's in that same situation is trash. I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? I like, even though Guillermo's my dog, man, my man 50 grand, but man, come on, we can't give a pass to all these other organizations. And then when it comes to us, you know what I'm saying, you don't give them any autonomy to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because like what you said, development is not linear. You're not gonna just be, on a straight incline. You're gonna have your ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Last year when Knox was shooting 40%, we was comparing him to cats that were similar, like Jason Tatum. And then now, you know what I'm saying, that the NBA has adjusted to him and has tape on him. We want to say that the dude don't have heart or don't have a motor. You know what I'm saying? Man, come on, man. We got to give these young kids a break. The dude can't even drink yet. Not legally anyway.
Right.
And so the other, but getting back to Ingram though, dog, I think that'll be the best signing we made in years. You know what I'm saying? Bringing a cat that's bona fide, and he match up with our timeline, and he has that alpha type mentality that'll play in New York. When he get here, he not gonna play second fiddle to Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying? They played together already. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he didn't play
Right.
second fiddle to Julius Randle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, man, it's a perfect fit. Man, you made my night, and it's my birthday. Dog, you just
happy
made
birthday to you, man. Happy birthday to you. Definitely happy birthday
man.
to you. I mean, hey, the possibility is there because why would he, after averaging 25 and 7, right? Why would he accept a qualifying offer?
It doesn't make sense. The two things don't make sense. First of all, why would you accept a qualifying offer that'll lowball you? Because you know Zion Williamson is the franchise savior, right? So if you take that qualifying offer, this year, in order to bet on yourself that you'll be a first team All NBA to get the Supermax or get the max extension in 2021, you playing yourself because everybody knows that Zion is the man in New Orleans. Right? You can't take that risk. You got to take that money this summer. You know what I'm saying? And miss out on that qualifying offer. Sign with New York, man, so we can all get them Ingram jerseys.
Yeah, we'll see what's up, man. We'll see how that rolls.
Can I ask you something though?
Yeah.
I think I'm getting smashed on the James Wiseman pick in the draft by all the Knicks fans. Every Knicks fan I talk to. Let's say, why do you need James Wiseman when the NBA is being more of a guard-oriented league? Well, my little say in like 10 or 20 seconds is, so you got a 7-footer that aside from maybe a Dwight Howard in his prime, you hadn't seen cats this athletic. And he has handles with both hands, can take his man off the dribble, can shoot the three at a reasonable rate, and is a dog and a rebounder. How do you not take a guy like that? The Knicks don't need a guy that plays defense and can score from the perimeter at center. I mean, I know we have Mitch, and I know I make people mad, man, but Mitch is like 2 or 3 years away. Mitch is not ready. I looked at him I watched him tonight. Mitch is like 2 years away, easy, from being an NBA starter. You know what I'm saying? Not that the talent's not there, and the heart and drive is not there. It is there, but Wiseman is going to be your starter from day one. You know what I'm saying? Wiseman is going to be your 15-9 guy, 16-10 guy in year one, and can shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? And is a good screener and likes to play D. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. How do you pass on him? You know what I'm saying? As a Knicks fan, we should be in talent acquisition mode. We can have Ingram and Wiseman in the same summer, and we won't be. You know what I'm saying? And all of them will be on the same timeline as Knox and RJ. And speaking of RJ, so I told the video chat that a couple of years ago that I was on here saying tank for RJ, but they didn't believe me. So if somebody out there in the chat, remember that, man, please let them know that I was like pounding the table to tank for RJ. But anyway, that's all
I remember you definitely said you wanted RJ.
Yeah, now Guillermo's talking about RJ as his son. Dog, come on, man. You can't have all the kids, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Let me get to a couple of these super chats. I still got you live. All right. Big shout out to Baxwood Grady. Thank you for the super chat. You said, I don't think the Pels max Ingram. You got to offer big. That's the truth. If the Knicks are going to try to get Ingram, they're gonna have to give him the max. They're gonna have to offer the max,
right?
I think, which is giving him about $34 million a year. You know what I mean? 5-year max. Right. I think that's the only way you probably pull him if the Pels aren't willing to offer him the max. You have to offer big. So yeah, I agree with you. And then Mighty Knicks, you said one more Lakers trash on the Knicks, I'm done. Okay. All right. I mean, to me, the guy he's not trash. The only reason why he had to be moved is because LeBron is once you get LeBron on your team, you are in win now mode. There is no waiting. You've got to do what you got to go get who he wants on the team so you can try to win. That's the only reason that the Lakers moved him and probably Julius Randle.
Right.
It's because they're in win now mode. He didn't have time to wait for, and Julius Randle, LeBron maybe is kind of, you got LeBron. You don't need Julius Randle, right? That's the way that I see it. You got LeBron. You're in win now mode. You know what I mean? So you got to go get veterans to play with. All vets basically.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, we'll see how that goes, man. We'll see how that is. We'll see how that is.
What's up with our vets and the vets we signed, man? I watched them tonight, man. They literally went 1 for 16 from the floor. 1 for 6. Elfrid Payton, Reggie Bullock, and Taj Gibson. 1 for 16.
I don't know, man.
And that's like $30 plus million that we got wrapped up in them.
Yeah. I don't know. And I do see, yes, only the Pelicans can offer Ingram the 5-year max, right? The Knicks can't offer 5 years. Only the Pelicans can offer him 5 years. The Knicks can offer 4 years.
Right.
The max money for 4 years. So,
but that's a plus for Ingram because he'll become a free agent sooner.
It's a plus. It could be a plus and a minus for Ingram because given his health situation, he might want to get as much money as possible and as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? So, if he inks a 5-year deal, he knows he's getting money for 5 years. He's not giving up $33-34 million. Where if he inks it for 4 years someplace else, he might be giving up $33-34 million if, in fact, the blood clots do
become an issue.
Impact them, come into play, impact them. You know what I mean? So we'll see what that is, man. We'll see what that is. I'm going to do a video on it and put it out there, though. Maybe if we put it out there in the air, the Knicks go ahead and, they're probably already thinking it, but I'm gonna do a video and I'm gonna put it out there.
Hey, let me ask you. Let me ask you this. So how? Nah, man. Listen, man. I just got a question, dog. But how do you feel that our point guard position is affecting our offense? Is it just say we have subpar point guard play? Or is it one of those deals where the systems that we have in place is not conducive to guards getting off since we see forwards doing a lot of ball handling for us?
I think that a lot of it has to do with point guard play, having someone that can really be the leader of the offense, not just a guy that's going to, that can get to the basket, not just a guy that can create and score, but a guy that can really be the leader out there on the floor. I think that's what this group really misses. I really think this group misses that.
Do we need a veteran, or do you think we should just groom one?
I mean, I think you can groom one. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it has to be a veteran that's 33 years old. I don't think it has to be that. As long as you have a point guard who has a strong voice, you know what I'm saying, and is able to instruct and facilitate, move people around, and the guys on the team are going to respect them. You know what I'm saying? Then I think, you're good. I've seen Elfrid Payton do it sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes. I just don't know if Elfrid Payton is, that strong enough guy to do it all the time. As far as, respect and stuff like that.
Right.
So, that remains a sore spot for the Knicks because, it just always is. It's like it always, ever since I've been a Knicks fan, ever since they traded Mark Jackson, it has been a sore spot for the Knicks. Really. Even when we were really, really good.
Right.
It still was kind of, we had Derek Harper. He was good. Charlie Ward was, he was a good defender.
Doc
You know what I'm
Rivers.
saying? You know,
Rivers
Doc
was all right.
Rivers. But, you know, we just shuffled through these point guards, you know, every couple of years. We never had, you know, a consistent guy that was just it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, ever since I've been a Knicks fan, it's been that way. Even we
Yeah.
got Stephon Marbury. We had him for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he went Looney Tunes and started eating Vaseline or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. He made the All-Star team twice though. So
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't that bad.
I mean, what? In the league, Stephon Marbury is what, 20 and 8 in the league? 20 points, 8 assists? That's his NBA average, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But hey,
man. So
man.
we have a rich tradition of point. I mean, Darryl Walker, man, Michael Ray Richardson, you know, some if you want to go a little bit. Yeah, that was my guy, man. So
Yeah.
but I was talking to Guillermo about you know how we fix where we are right now. And I think we basically have this thing where it's diametrically opposed to the direction. In my view, I feel like if you go get a veteran point guard, you can set up your young guys in better positions to score. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to your point guard and your young guys learning all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get your take on that. That's all I
Yeah.
had. So
Yeah, I'm cool with a veteran point guard, you know what I'm saying, that can, you know, really run things and teach these guys how to play basketball. But I think if you have a young guy that, you know, is able to have that kind of respect and have those leadership skills, it could do, you know, just as good, because then you know you're going to have this guy for a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we'll see what it is, man. But hey, Freezy, I'm gonna go through and let everybody get their last words in, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to get up out of here. I do want to remind everybody that the Knicks and Nets tickets are available. There's only a few left, so you get them joints now, man. Make sure you get them now. I'm putting the link in the chat so you can get them. Make sure you get them tonight or tomorrow, whenever you can, because they're about to be gone. I know I had some people email me, send me messages, and I sent them the link directly, and they're going to be buying them. So you guys better go ahead and get these joints right now. All right, Knicks versus Nets, January the 26th. Tickets cost $98. It's section 214. They're really good seats. Before the game, we'll go down to the court side and watch them warm up, and then after the game, we'll go on to the garden floor and take a big group picture on the garden floor. All right. So I know you guys will enjoy that. So make sure that you get your tickets now. $98 a ticket. That's not bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's not bad at all. All right, it's a good price, actually. So make sure you get them right now. Click on that link. I just put it in the chat. Click on that link. Those who are on Sportscaster, I'm putting the link on Sportscaster too, so that you guys can click on the link and get your tickets as well. All right, make sure you get them now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. The Knicks got blown out by the Bucks tonight, so there really wasn't too much to talk about. How much about the game can you actually talk about when you just get stampeded like we did? So we went and talked about some more interesting things, one of them being Brandon Ingram. And do the Knicks make a play for Brandon Ingram this summer? I'm going to do an entire video about it because I want to put it into the atmosphere. Who knows? It'll probably be in the atmosphere by tomorrow. You know, somebody is probably watching right now, and then there'll be a newspaper article that comes out tomorrow. Happens like that sometimes, right? You know? Who knows? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to head up out of here. Appreciate you guys for joining me. The Knicks play next. Who do we play next? Because I am going to be doing a game preview. Let me see what this is. Let's see what's going on with the Knicks and when we play next. I forgot who and when we play next, so I'm checking it out right now. All right, so I can let you know what's going on the next time I'll be on doing the show. The Knicks play Thursday. They play the Phoenix Suns at 7:30 p.m., so I will be on tomorrow doing a game preview, so make sure that you join me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you join me. I'm out of here. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you during the game preview tomorrow. Probably come out about 1 o'clock because we got team pictures tomorrow at 3, so I got to be there. All right, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Well, actually, let me get these guys to do their last words. 30 seconds, guys. Just 30 seconds. Get your last words in. All right, and then I'm out of here. Nate, give me a quick 30 seconds. Let you get your last words, and then I'm out.
Yeah, man. It's time to play the young players that we have at the end of the bench. I want to see what they have the rest of the season. And I think it's really time for us to figure out if we're going to retain Mills and Perry or if we're going to go a different route. So we can start looking for a head coach.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we got to figure out if we're going to retain Mills and Perry or not. I don't know how. I don't know.
I feel like we have to get that figured out, and we have to do it soon. Because I hate to go to the off season having to look for a GM, a president, and a head coach all in the same season. Not to mention you got the draft. Not to mention you got free agency. You kind of want to get this thing figured out, or at least have the regime in place. So you can start planning for the draft and the free agency. So.
Yeah. All right. All right, man.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
All right. See you later. Isaiah. Somebody tell Isaiah I'm getting ready to come to him so he don't curse while he's live, like he does. You know what I'm saying? Because he never paying attention. Isaiah.
Hey, what's up?
Give me some last words, man.
Man, listen, the only reason why I say we wouldn't get Brandon Ingram was because of that David Griffin guy, and he's not that stupid. But he might be stupid enough not to give him the full max. Which, hopefully the Knicks just offer him just to show him that we want him. That'd be awesome if we could just get Brandon Ingram. He's 22 years old, not in his prime. That'd be awesome. But, if not, continue what you're doing, build through the draft. Shout out to Big Freezy, shout out to Nate, shout out to Gamble, shout out to you, Sim. I'll see you in the preview tomorrow.
All right, man.
I'm about to go to bed, man. Go to bed time.
Yeah, go ahead. Get you some sleep, man. Get you some sleep. Freezy, you want to give us some last words real quick? Then I'm going to come to Guillermo.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna get out of here right quick. I just want to say something funny, man. I was watching the show, and I be hearing all these fans of other teams jumping on Sim's show. Yo, like, man, I'm a fan of the Raptors, man, but because of your show on, you know what I'm saying? I love the show. Now I'm a fan of the Knicks too. I'm like, yo, Sim be saying the right. Sim be putting that stuff in their ear, dog. Converting them fans, yo. Hey, keep rocking and rolling, man. The show is great. I'm out of here, though.
Appreciate you, bro. Have a good one.
Man.
And Guillermo, it's on you, man.
Ingram, that Brandon Ingram idea, I like it a lot. But, as terrible as we did tonight, again, this is what we want. A young team or relatively young team. Got to get these guys playing experience, see what we got, what we're going to build for next year. And the guy that, again, who has my basketball heart, RJ Barrett, man, in terms of evolving, in terms of never being satisfied. People could sit here, could have said, hey, he's just a rookie, blah, blah. He wants to be great early. And, yo, bro, anybody who calls him a bust, you obviously don't know basketball. If you call him a bust now, you're talking about a guy who's improved his shooting form, who's aggressive, who we talked about, he's having a few bad games here and there, but he's not he went 5 for 7 from 3, bro, for a guy who can't shoot. So salute to RJ Barrett, man. That's my dude, man. Keep doing your thing, man, because we need more players like you, man. We need less guys who, we need more guys with that fire in their hearts. So salute to you, Sim. Great show as usual, man, and peace out, man. I'll see you at the
I appreciate it, man. I'll see you at the game preview tomorrow.
Yes. Salute. Peace. Peace out there.
Everybody, man, I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm logging off right now. Make sure that you, I'm putting the link in here. Make sure you get your tickets, man. Get your tickets. $98 per ticket, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty good deal. Remember, Section 214, Row 6. You get to go courtside before the game. Take pictures on the court after the game. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. All right. I'll see you tomorrow as I do the game preview. Look out for the notification. And I'm done, man. Have yourselves a good night. I'll catch you later. Peace.
That's the jig.